Is your planner starting to feel more boring than beautiful? Now, standard inserts can leave you feeling stuck, but there is a better way. In today's video, I want to show you how I've set up my Personal Filofax Malden organizer to be more colorful, creative, and totally custom. Let's go. Hi, I'm Marianne, and in today's video, I want to show you how I've set up my Personal Filofax Malden organizer in the color Ochre, not with the standard Filofax inserts, but with custom sections that make it fun, pretty, and totally me. Plus, I'll show you a special way to pretty up those boring divided tabs. So stick with me and you'll get tons of ideas that you can steal for your own planner. Now, if you're like me and you have a Filofax planner and opened it and thought, is this it? You want it to feel personal, motivating, and beautiful, not just functional. So today, let me show you how I have set up my Personal Filofax Malden organizer. I was gifted this Personal Malden organizer a couple of years ago when I was a Filofax ambassador, but if you check out their Filofax US, UK, and European store, I do have an affiliate code that you can use if you do want to purchase any Filofax items. So this is the Filofax US website, and I've got the Malden Personal Leather Organizer up on screen. I have the Ochre one. Check out the description below. I have an affiliate code. You can get 10% off leather items using Marianne10 and get 10% off leather Filofax items. So the Personal Filofax Malden organizer is made from leather, and it has this nice rustic stitching along the edge of the cover, as well as reinforcement on the straps at the back right here. So that's quite pretty, and it has a snap strap closure, and so it's quite long enough. As you can see, this planner is quite chunky. I've got quite a few things in there, and plus it has these two pens, quite thick pens, and the strap is nice and long to be able to have that all enclosed with that strap closure. Now the cover itself has this nice soft construction, so it's not stiff at all. I mean, I've got stuff, the cards in there, but it is, as you can see, it is quite soft and it's not a stiff cover. And on the inside, you have this one vertical zipped pocket, two vertical side pockets running here as well as the back here, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4 card pockets. And then at the back, you have one vertical slip pocket as well as a notepad pocket and this leather pen loop. Now, unfortunately, the leather pen loop is not big enough to fit standard size pens, which is really a shame. And because the leather doesn't really stretch, you can't force any thin size pens. This is a pilot wave friction pen, and it's quite smallish barrel, but it does not fit. So unfortunately, I'm not sure if they started making the Malden with elasticized pen loops. I'm not too sure, so do check that out. But the current Malden Personal Size Filofax that I saw on the website, it is still the leather loop. So lucky with this Coco Sport Edition fountain pen, I had purchased a clip holder that just slides on, so that then just clips on from the outside just like that. Now in the card pockets, I have my license, my debit cards, my public transport cards, and then what I did, I think these are Happy Planner transparent stickers. I'm not too sure, can't remember where I got them, but if you get transparent stickers, and then these are just laminated sheets or plastic document envelopes, I've just cut them to size, rounded the corners, and then that just adds some prettiness to your card pockets, because really my debit cards and license is not the most prettiest thing, but it's functional. I need it, so I will be taking this out and about with me, so I want to have my cards handy. And then in another card pocket with a laminated sheet, again cut to size, a credit card size, corners rounded off. I just picked some of my favorite washi tapes and then wrapped it around enough times so I have my washi tape collection on the go if I do ever need to plan outside of my house and away from my desk. I have some washi tapes to embellish my pages. And the other card pocket, I have these Coco Fusen card with just different size washi tapes in different shapes and different colors. So again, just add that in there. So it's handy and it's a nice little decoration. So if you do have a planner that has pockets, you can either, of course, add your cards onto it, or you can just embellish it with pretty things. I've seen people have, I think, cards, but have like lace where it's just peeking out, and then that's a really good way for you to embellish your pages. And at the back of this vertical, I've just got miscellaneous things like receipts, other cards, and I think there's a little sticker book in there. So yeah, it's just hidden. It's nice little storage. Sometimes I forget what's in there, but that's the front cover. And then here, these enamel paper clips. I think these are bought a while ago from Daiso. Again, it's a nice little embellishment at the top of my planner. Just making things pretty and adding things. Make it easier for you to open up your planner when you find things pretty, rather than just being boring, plain planner inserts, little cute things like this. You're more likely to use your planner than not. Next, I have these divided tabs. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. They're actually the divided tabs that came with the Filofax. So, but this one, I don't think this is the one that came with the Malden. The Malden color paper and dividers is more creamy one. So this is from another personal size planner, but they would have just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 labels on the actual tabs. I will tell you how I embellish this, so then it's not just a simple boring divider. So hold on to that thought for a second. So the first section here, I labeled them using my Dymo letter tag label maker. So in this small font, just stickers, notes, planner, list of stuff, video ideas, and reels and shorts ideas. The first section I just have these Filofax stickers as well as sticky note tabs. So these are sold separately. All the details, please check the description below. So I think this is from Botanical. I can't remember all the names, but I'll have it on the screen so then you know from which collection it's from. It's just handy if I need to go and add some stickers to my planner pages. I've got some here ready to use. Oh, okay, it says it on the bottom. So let me just quickly double check. So Botanical, I think this is just plan and create stickers. Moonlight collection, more plan and create. From the Norfolk collection, Botanical, and then we get to the next section of my planner. So this one I've labeled as notes. So I've just added some grid paper here, and then I wrote out my fat burning heart rate zone. So then when I'm exercising, I need to make sure I don't go over 119 beats per minute, or else it's going to be too much and I don't want to be really exhausting myself. Nothing else in here. So just grid paper. So then that way, if I just need to take some random notes, I've got a spot to write them in. The third tab is for my planner. So I have moved into personal size for this month. So originally I just printed out my 2-page daily planner spread. So here on one column it's time blocking, and then you got 3 sections to add your tasks and to-dos and any other notes. So this is really good if you have different tasks for work, for personal stuff. I've moved into a 2-page spread, so then that way I have enough space for when I need to write down more notes and tasks, and then just adding some stickers there. So I have updated my personal size planner bundle printable. So I will have this available in the shop. So it's got a dotted grid cover page, 2-page calendar spread. Then it has habit tracker as well as a mood tracker at the bottom. It's got 31-day columns, so you can then mark off any of your habits when you've completed them. And then I have 5 weeks worth of mood log. I'll talk to you about the clear divider tabs as well, because I do have a video that shows you how you can make them using laminated sheets. So 2 things, you got to stick till the end to find out more information. So the mood log spread. So I have columns for how I feel. So you can write down how you feel, why I feel this way, what to do to feel better, and today I am grateful for. So I'm actually using the first column using the Kina print stickers to signify how I'm feeling. Today I woke up with a really bad migraine. So why do I feel that way? What it is I can do better to be intentional on making sure that I either take it easy if I'm not feeling well, or to be intentional with the tasks that I'm actioning for the day. And of course, in the morning, looking for something you're grateful for, something positive. That's a great way to train your brain to go and look for positive things in your day. So this personal size planner bundle printable has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks worth of mood log spread, and then it moves on to, let me just pop back the other clear divider tabs. So the divided tabs I have the clear ones. I have my habit tracker, mood log, well-being, and weekly. So we're now up to the well-being spread. So this is pretty much a copy of my Ultimate Planner Bundle Wellbeing Planner spread. I have areas of focus for the habits and routines I want to achieve each and every day in the 7 key areas of focus. So spiritual, family, home, career, connection, mental well-being, financial well-being, and physical well-being. And then each time I action them, I just mark it with my Zig Clean color dot marker, the round spongy tip, and then the other side is a fine nib if you want to do some writing with that. And then the other side of the spread is the Wheel of Life pie chart. Color it in based on how well I did actioning my habits and routines in the 7 key areas of focus from the previous week. So there we go. So from April 21st to the 27th, depending on how many days I action the habits and routine, I color in the pie chart. So visually, I can see straight away that I didn't action a lot of my top priorities from last week. I only did 2 days of learning my course and then only 2 days of tracking our expenses. So this is a great visual for me to go, all right, for this week, what are your top priorities to ensure that you have a nice balanced habits and routines, and then you're not neglecting any areas for too long. So this week, my top priority is my physical well-being, so working out, making sure I'm prioritizing my YouTube content, and then also reading my Predictable Profits book regarding membership. So I want to learn more about membership before I open that up. So again, the planner bundle printable in the personal size has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks worth, so enough for a whole month. And then moving on to the weekly spread. So this one is in a horizontal layout. And so I've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then space for any notes. Because I'm doing a workout challenge for the next 8 weeks, I've just written down my start weight and measurements, and then can compare it at the end of the week. So really this is just very basic of what sort of things do I have planned for the week, any specific time appointments or things I got to do, and then I've got my workout routines. So then that way it's a nice reminder for me to go and action them. So let me just pop these back. So that's the weekly, and this one is the well-being. And so the way I pretty much embellish my page is really the Roy G. Bibb, so the rainbow colors. Just keep it nice and simple. And then here I've just halved a washi tape because there's not enough space for the full width. So then I just grab the washi tape and carefully hand tear in the middle. So then it gives that rustic torn effect on the edges. And so one half over here and the other half over there. The week is followed by the daily planner pages. So you've got the week here, and then following that, you've got 7 days worth of daily spread. Again, it's got the time block and then 3 columns for any of your tasks. On this one, I normally do my top 3 priorities. So then if nothing else gets done, so if I have other tasks, as long as I action my top 3, then I have a sense of accomplishment. So I'll have a video linked up here regarding gentle planning and and the 3-part daily rhythm system that I use for when you have low energy or there's very little motivation, to just make sure to do a 1 must do, a 1 recharge moment, and then 1 tiny win. So that's where I have my top 3 priorities. And then at the bottom of this daily spread, you've got a hydrate tracker, and then these little clocks. You can use it for maybe if you're studying, but this is like a good reminder to take your breaks. You've got 1 week and then 7 days worth. 1, 2, I'll go back to this section in a second. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then it moves on to the second week, and so on for 5 weeks worth. Now at the moment, what I'm using for the divider to allow me to get to my today tab is the Filofax ruler and page keeper. So that's really nice and handy. You've got a ruler, and then this little clear tab here is part of the Filofax clear page that normally comes at the front of most Filofax. So what I've done with a lot of my all of the pages is I've cut little slits, as you can see, into the hole punch. So then that way it's easier for me to remove and replace my pages without having to open the ring mechanism. Especially mine is quite chunky. If I have to open and close it all the time, you don't want to ruin the integrity of the mechanism. And then because once tiny little gaps happen between the rings when you are flipping your pages, they'll slip through. So a good idea is just to cut little slits like that, and then it's so much easier to remove and replace. And of course, sometimes the ring does get in the way if I'm writing over here. And so when I'm writing on the left-hand side page, I just move it. So then it gives me a little bit of room to write. And on this little divider tab, I've got this calendar that you can print on post-it note. It's from Plan with B, so I'll have that linked in the description below. I have a Filofax Ollie clip, and this one I think is from the girls collection. I've just popped that there. This is a self-adhesive corner pocket that I put my gentle plan prompt of the day: 1 thing, 1 breath, 1 win. Again, I've got the video linked up here on how to make this do-it-yourself prompt card from laminated sheet and sticky note flags with labels made with a label maker. So I just pop that in there to keep it handy. So then when I am feeling quite tired and I don't know what I'm supposed to do, this is a great reminder. What's 1 thing I absolutely need to do today? What's 1 way I can recharge my energy today? What's 1 tiny win I can complete for a small sense of progress? So I'm calling this a gentle plan. So then that way you're taking it easy and not trying to overwhelm yourself if you may not be feeling well or you are very little to no energy. And then this is the Hobonichi basic stencil. So I mainly use this to mark my completed tasks, just like this. And of course I use the jagged edge to cut the ends of washi tape when I'm embellishing. And then I just sometimes just keep it there nice and handy, so I'm not having to look around where it is, because it's so tiny it can get lost underneath stuff or in between things. So I just keep that handy with that Ollie clip. So again, with the Personal Planner Bundle printable that you can get from my shop, weekly spread, and then followed by 7 days worth of daily 2-page spread. And as I said, there is 5 weeks worth, enough for a whole month. So I print my planner pages. This is 120 GSM weighted paper, so it's thick enough so then no bleed through and very little and tiny ghosting. You can also print it on much thicker paper, let's say 160. So if you have very pigmented markers and pens and you don't want the ghosting, then of course thicker paper will be good. But because my planner is already quite chunky, the thicker the paper, then the thicker it is. And so I made sure I bought some 120 GSM weighted paper, so then that way I can have all these other pages and not have any trouble closing the planner. Now, if you're loving these ideas so far, make sure to hit the like button. So that's the planner section. This is a sticker divider tab from Carpe Diem. So let me see if I can show that. So that's that one. And you have many different tabs in there. You've got blank ones, months of the year, and then you can use any of these to stick on the blank sticker tab. So I normally use that to divide my months of the year, and then that just sits there. So I still have to embellish my cover page, trying to figure out what to draw or decorate it with. I'm just thinking maybe colorful rainbow umbrellas because it's raining right now. It is autumn here in Sydney, Australia. Lots of rain so far. So maybe some colorful umbrellas. We'll see. We'll see. So that's the planner bundle printable, and I have that available in my shop at maryanncresp.com. The next set of section I have in my planner Malden personal organizer is my list of stuff. So this is pretty much where I capture or write down any things that pop up into mind that I know I need to do or look into, but I'm not sure yet what to do with it or what the outcome is. So I have this list of stuff planner page to just note down, so then that way I don't have to try and remember it from the top of my head or worry about, oh, what was that thing again? I'll just write it down. So just any random stuff, I'll write it down, and then once a week I'll check this list to see if there's anything on it that I can action for that week. And so this section here is of course what you want to write down, and I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 little columns that you can break your stuff or list of stuff into collection or buckets. So this is based on David Allen's book, How to Get Things Done. Have a system to capture those thoughts, those tasks and to-dos that you don't know yet what you want to do with or what the outcome is, but it's a system that you know you can trust and go back to. So you write it down, and then also make sure that you're going back and referring to it on a regular basis. So at the moment, I color code different collections or bucket of stuff. This one is income producing activity. The purple is for the family or home. Pink is me stuff. Blue is, for my boys and their school. And then green, I think, is for planning stuff. So whether I have to create planner printables or print stuff or update my planner pages, so I then just jot down what bucket they fall into or what collection, and then once a week I'll refer to this and I'll have a look. I'll try and do either 1 to 2 things from each bucket, see if I can fit that into the week. And then let's say I need to take Zach's clothes off the rack and put it into his own baskets, so that's under the family and home, so that's decluttering stuff. So then I'll go, okay, out of all the family home collection or bucket, which of these things that I have dotted would I want to action into the new week? So that is a really good trusted system, because sometimes you go, where do I write that down? Of course you can have post-it notes, but post-it notes, they can get lost. You don't know what part of your planner you might have stuck it to. So list of stuff is a great way for you to park and capture those thoughts that you don't know yet what to do with or what the outcome will look like. So it's a good place to note it down. So that's that one. Now I took the same planner setup. So this is for list of stuff. As a content creator, I have lots of video ideas that I want to create for YouTube. So I just updated the list of stuff to video ideas. And again, I'm going to color code it into content pillars, whether it's a productivity topic, if it is a self-care, if it is a product review or a planner page review. So whatever it is, I'll write it down. So then that way I don't forget it. And then I go, oh, okay, when I'm trying to think up of what content to make for YouTube, I can check my video ideas and again, jot down what it is. And so I have a video on how to use the list of stuff. I'll pop it up here. So what to do once you have completed it. So do check that out if you're interested in how to capture your thoughts for those random things that pop up but you don't know what to do with it. Okay, so I just changed the video ideas. If anyone is interested in this planner printable, let me know. It's not available in the shop really. I've just changed the heading at the top. And then the last section, so this printable is from Peanuts Planner Co. She has content planner as the heading, content planner as the heading, but I just customized it, so content ideas. So if there's any reels in Instagram reels or shorts that I see that I've been inspired by, or a trending audio, I'll go and write them down here so then I don't forget, and then see how I can translate those videos that have inspired me into my planning content. So, and then at the back, now this little card fold out is from another Filofax. I'll pop it on the screen because I can't recollect exactly which collection is from. Just a card stock that's been folded, and then it's got hole punch, and then you can put loose leaf items there. This is a Filofax pen holder. There's a 3M double-sided sticky notes that you use to stick it on. So you might want to stick it onto something a little bit sturdier than cardstock, but for this setup, I just popped it on there. So again, I just used the clip of my pen and just loop it from the outside. So this is the Uniball. Again, can't remember the name off the top of my head. I'll pop it right here. And so it's a nice, cute little, quite thick barrel pen. And then the nib is at 0.38. I do have this in another color. Yes. Okay. I bought them more because they're quite aesthetically pleasing and they're just so cute. And I like the 0.38. You can get, I think the different colors have different size nibs. So this color and the orange is at 0.38, and there's some other colors but in 0.5 nibs, and then that just lives there. And the other pen, I have these fountain pens and I don't use them all the time. I've just swapped between the two. So this is Coco collection. I think this is the sports edition in the sage, and so it's quite cute. It's only quite small, but then when you put the lid on, then it's a normal size fountain pen. This is an extra fine nib. The ink that I have in it, which is sort of like this pink, let me just grab that. So this is the Pilot fountain pen ink. I won't, well, maybe I'll try Sutsuji. Please let me know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. So it's this beautiful, do I dare open it? Let's have a look. Okay, so this vibrant pinkish with like a really sort of like a purple undertone. So I want to make sure that that's nice and secure. And then, and it has this nice pink and beautiful extra fine nib writing. Okay, so you can change up the ink. So this is a converter. So then I can just fill up the converter with different colored inks, but you can then just get those disposable ones as well. I quite like that. Again, for the cuteness of it, I'll have all the details of everything I show in this flip through in the description. So I'll have my Amazon affiliate link. The Personal Size Filofax Malden did come with the top opening envelope, so I've got that there. You can buy, I won't show it because it's got some of my personal cards in there. You can buy this credit card slip pocket. So I've got 3 cards there. So I've just paper clipped them together because I have once before flipped open and then it showed my card details. So I'm very, very wary now to make sure not to have. So in here I just have some sticky note flags, some money I got to deposit in the bank. In the notepad pocket, I've just got, this is a Chrissy Ann design KDK plans, I think duo sampler stencil. I accidentally broke it in half, but then that's actually quite good because it now fits nicely in that little pocket. But let me show you what it normally looks like. Okay, so that's the normal size, and then there's the broken piece that just fits nicely in there now. And again, just some cut-offs of laminated sheet with some transparent stickers just to embellish the pockets there. And do I have anything in here? No, I don't have. So anything else that I need to pop in there? Now comment below, which section are you most excited to create in your own planner? Okay, so with regards to these divided tabs that come with a lot of the Filofax planners. Let me see if I can find one that is not embellished. Okay, I think these are the ones that came with the Malden organizer. So see how it's cream versus light colored. Okay, so there's the difference in color. So the Filofax Malden comes with this color. So this is how it comes. Very simple, very plain. The tabs have these reinforced with plastic tapes, but it's just got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let me show you how I embellished it. So I had a Happy Planner Classic planner that had these divider tabs. One side is all beautifully printed, but then the other spread was for a calendar. I wasn't really using the Happy Planner Classic. These little beautiful tabs were waste. So then what I did is I cut them, the ones that I liked, I cut them to size. And so here is one. So I just cut it so then that way it would fit nicely on the personal size divider. So then there's one. And so then when I open up to that tab, something colorful and pretty welcomes me. So then there's another one. And then I just glued it. So I don't know if you can see how on the other side is the calendar. So then there's one. And then there's another beautiful floral print. And then for the list of stuff, tabs, another floral circle, and then paper clips and bulldog clips. So if ever you have just plain divided tabs already that came with whatever planner you have and you want to embellish it, go check out some beautiful printed cardstock, cut them to size, glue them, and then you've got a nice pretty divider to welcome you when you are opening up to that section. So what about the tabs? I didn't like these just plain old numbered tabs. So what you do is you grab yourself colorful washi tapes and you're going to cover up those tabs. So let me see if I can quickly show you what to do. So here's the tab, and then just grab yourself whatever washi tape. So it doesn't have to be solid. You can find some printed one. Let me just cut that off. And then you're just going to line it so then the edge of your washi covers that tab. Line it up and then just cut out the excess. Let me see if I can get scissors. Just cut that out. So then that way, when this is all trimmed off, instead of having just a plain tab, you can now have beautiful colorful tabs. Okay, and there you go. Clean it up, the edges if they're not so straight. Do exactly the same on the other side, just like I have here. Okay, so notes and notes. And then what I did, I just got my Dymo Electrotag label maker. The font size is, I think, extra small on this one. Notes on one side and then notes on the other. I don't know if you can see, I think this was 2. I don't know if you can see just very faintly the number 2 under that E, but you can't see it once the label is on top. And then of course you can also embellish the other side. So if you don't want to put printed cardstock, you can then just do a collage of your family photos or nice quotes or whatever else you want to add to make it nice and colorful and pretty. The whole point of making your planner pages pretty is that's one of the 4 laws of behavior change according to James Clear's book Atomic Habits, is make it pretty, because if it's pretty, you're more likely to use your planner. Be happy when you open it up. We have from this to this. So instead of having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can now have beautiful colorful tabs and colorful dashboards with beautiful printed cardstocks that you just glue, or if you want, have some nice family photo collage and inspirational things to motivate you. So that's that. And then we just pop it back again. I just have cut little slits into the divider tabs. So the next one is notes in here, and then I've got my planner, and then I have my list of stuff There. See how so much easier it is to pop the pages back when you have that slit cut into the hole punch. And then I have reels and shorts idea. So I do have it quite chunky. This is one of the things when I look at other planner flip throughs, how chunky it is. It just looks like it's lived in. You plan, you've added things that make you happy in there. So making things colorful and pretty just ensures that you will use it more often than not. So here you're just adding washi taped additional post-it notes so then I don't lose it. Color code your task, add stickers, add lots of different things to make it more pretty, more attractive, add affirmations, positive affirmations, and then of course I'm yet to embellish my cover page, my calendar, and my habit tracker for the new month. I mean, that makes me happy, makes me more motivated to action my habits and routines just so I can complete and mark off the little check marks. There we are. I've spent years customizing planners to stay consistent with self-care and habit building. Now, if you want even more inspiration for setting up your planner and making it your happy place, check out the next video where I show you how to make your own clear divided tabs using laminating sheets for your personal size planner. See you in the next video.